Take a look at the modern professional who seems to have it all figured out. The expensive car, the restaurant bills, and the designer clothes. It paints a picture of complete financial success. But behind the wheel, there is often a hidden fragility. Those expensive markers are usually maintained by a person living on their very next paycheck. Everyone sees the vacations posted online. Nobody sees the debt that was taken on to fund them. And conversely, nobody sees the investment accounts growing quietly in the background. Nobody notices the salary increase that gets invested instead of spent. The most powerful financial indicators are entirely invisible. The objects we buy to signal our success are the same objects that consume the capital required to achieve it. Every dollar used to prove you have made it is a dollar that cannot be put to work for your future. The internet amplifies this trap every single day. We are constantly fed stories about someone turning a tiny sum into a fortune overnight through a lucky stock or a viral startup. It trains us to expect results immediately, creating an illusion that building wealth is supposed to be fast, loud, and constantly exciting. When you play the visible status game, you guarantee your own financial vulnerability. Real financial invulnerability requires adopting an approach that is incredibly boring, completely invisible, and highly effective. The first step is disconnecting your ego from your money. When you compare your internal financial reality to a curated digital highlight reel, your normal progress feels pathetic. You do not know the income, the debt, or the anxiety hiding behind those posts. Then you have to protect your own plans. When you announce to everyone that you are going to start investing or build a business, they congratulate you. You receive validation. And your brain gets a tiny dopamine reward for difficult work you have not actually done yet. Early plans are incredibly fragile. Once you share them, your original idea gets buried underneath a mountain of pessimistic opinions and unsolicited advice. This chart shows how wealth actually accumulates through compounding. It is a quiet mathematical process. For a very long time, the numbers barely move. Then the contributions accumulate, returns generate returns, and the line violently begins curving up. It does the heavy lifting that your salary never could, but it requires a long timeline and zero interruptions to function. Most financial failures do not happen because someone picked a terrible asset. They happen because emotional impatience causes people to interrupt this process. They buy when everyone is excited, they panic sell when the crowd is terrified, and they constantly jump from one strategy to another looking for a shortcut. Silence and patience are your primary defense mechanisms. They protect your assets from your ego and insulate your strategy from the crowd's panic. If your financial future depends on you feeling disciplined every single month, the math will fail you. Motivation is unreliable. One month you are tired, the next month you get hit with a repair bill, a wedding, or a bad week. Relying on willpower leaves your plan vulnerable to the daily chaos of life. This flowchart illustrates the system you need to build. Instead of saving whatever money happens to be left at the end of the month, you automate the decision. The system forces a fixed percentage of your income to route directly into a locked investment vault. You spend only what remains after saving. Setting up this automation protects you from lifestyle inflation. When a person gets a raise, it feels like success. So the apartment gets upgraded, the car gets upgraded, and the subscriptions multiply. The increase in income automatically absorbs into permanent, difficult to reverse expenses. This creates a luxurious prison. A larger house costs more to heat. A luxury car creates higher insurance and maintenance costs. You can earn a significantly higher salary, but because your baseline survival costs have skyrocketed, you live in constant terror of losing your job. The true purpose of securing a raise is not to upgrade your material lifestyle. It is to decrease the percentage of income you require to survive. When you require less to maintain your life, you mathematically buy back your freedom. Defensive saving is only half the equation. You also have to generate money, and your own capability and earning power is the ultimate theft-proof asset. An employer can disappear, but a highly useful skill travels with you. You can spend 5 years passively hoping for a standard 3% corporate raise, Or you can spend those 5 years actively upskilling, learning data analysis, negotiation, video editing, or sales. You aggressively make yourself dramatically more valuable to the open market. Give yourself a 90-day private sprint to learn one specific capability. You do not need to be a world-class expert. You simply need to become useful enough to produce a result that someone else is willing to pay for. Beyond new skills, perform an asset audit on what you already have. Recognize the unused physical space in your home, the professional network you have built, the complex templates you use at work, or the specialized knowledge you have accumulated. Something that feels incredibly ordinary to you might be worth thousands of dollars to a small business owner who lacks that specific tool. You can repackage these existing resources to generate a secondary income stream without having to invent the next big tech startup. True wealth multipliers rarely require you to discover a magical investment or get extraordinarily lucky. They are built by recognizing and monetizing the latent, boring value already present in your daily life. Fast forward 5 years of applying this system. Outwardly, your life looks exactly the same. You did not buy a flashy new car. You did not become famous. There are no dramatic lifestyle upgrades for your friends to notice. But beneath the surface, your reality is completely different. Your assets have experienced exponential growth. Your skills have compounded. You have constructed a deep financial resilience that can weather economic downturns. You reach the point where you no longer need your money to prove your worth to strangers. Money's highest purpose is not admiration. It is the ability to buy back your time. By building this margin, you create a buffer that ensures a job loss or market dip is merely an inconvenience rather than a total collapse. So tonight, avoid making dramatic announcements. Do not post a new financial goal. Just quietly open a notebook. Write down your current financial baseline, your income, spending, investments, and debts. Then pick just one skill to improve over the next 90 days. Committing to this invisible process does not make you famous, it makes you resilient. It ensures that while others are performing success, you are the one who actually owns your time. Start quietly.